Sure. First of all, I'm going to talk about a recent scheme. It's not a recent scheme, it's an older scheme, but it's a revamped scheme. That scheme name is PM Usha, not PT Usha. You know PT Usha? Who is she? Who is he or she? She only, right? Who is she? Oh, మంచి అవగాహన ఉంది మీకైతే. It's very good. So PM Usha. PM stands for Pradhan Mantri or Prime Minister. Why? What's the reason? Whatever it may be the scheme, why are you placing like PM in front of it?
Central sector.
It's not central sector scheme, it's a centrally sponsored scheme.
Central initiative.
So even though it's a central initiative, why can't you call it as Jagananna Usha or KCR Usha? Don't take it in a wrong way, KCR Usha, something like that. But why? What's the reason? చెప్పండి, నోరు తెరవండి, ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్పండి, నోటికి ఏదో ఒకటి వచ్చి ఉంటుంది కదా.
Center is the major stakeholder.
సో ఇఫ్ సెంటర్ ఈజ్ అ మేజర్ స్టేక్ కూడా అందుకే ఫస్ట్ నేమ్ పెట్టుకుంటారా? ఇట్స్ ఆల్ పాలిటిక్స్, నథింగ్ మచ్ దేర్.
Name is not of the person, it is of the designation. So what's the issue with that?
So what? So that it means that
This is the name, not the name of the person, it is the name of the designation.
like why we can't put President Usha?
President is a de jure representative, de facto is
Like fine, okay, you are okay. So why we can't put some other name? Like why we want to put only the PM name? You can put some other designated, like Chief Justice Usha. See, they are creating a sense, like we should not talk like, but you need to know that they are creating a sense that common people, they don't understand what the legality behind all these things. So they don't think, right? It is given by Pradhan Mantri itself. Pradhan Mantri, obviously, who is the Pradhan Mantri? So Narendra Modi itself, right? So obviously, common people don't know, they don't have any idea regarding it, right? Whether it's processed to, there is a bill will be passed in these stages, they don't need such kind of information, right? They only see the face, right? So it is a political game, what I felt. So you need to be like, why I'm telling, because you are you know the famous like ethics, if you follow the ethics, as a civil servant you need to maintain one single principle, that is called the neutrality. Okay, neutrality, non-partisanship. You should not incline to whether you are positive towards any single party, it's fine with you, it's personal thing, but you can't put it in the public domain. So neutrality is a one perspective, so nothing much related to, but be like these points should be specific when you are answering some ethics questions. Like you can mention also, there's no stopping by anybody, something like why are you mentioning this PM schemes, it's not controversy at all. In the ethics case studies you can mention them. Okay, so coming to here, they are talking about PM Usha scheme. It is regarding the higher education. Higher education, like if you see the class, if you see in this class, like who have like post-graduated, who have done post-graduation, you have done post-graduation, right? So it is very well, but here we are talking of this scheme is whole regarding what? Higher education. So you need to know, first of all, there should be some basics you need to know, like it's not basics when you are attempting, like my teaching is generally covering in this both dimensions, that is from the prelims and the mains perspective. For mains you need what? Data. So data is the so by knowing data only you can substantiate your answer. So coming to here, so if you see, I don't know whether it is visible or not, but these facts are very important. From 3.85 crore in 2019, the total number of students enrolled in the higher education climbed to 4.14. What does it mean? Like higher education is increasing or decreasing in trend? Increasing or decreasing? That you need to know. Like UPSC in prelims, if they pose a question, they don't ask regarding this 4.14 crore or something like that. They'll ask you whether it is an increasing trend or in decreasing. The first point you need to know. So higher education is in increasing trend. Next, the top 6 states you need to know. So did you expect that Uttar Pradesh is the top state in this higher education? Generally, you have some view, right? Uttar Pradesh is a low level of country, low level of state, which has low level of education. You have some conception, right?
But not now. But not now.
Whatever it may, but not now. Why? Because of Yogi Adityanath? It's not. It's not like that. So, but remember, like why I'm telling, because we have that perception, but in this kind of things you need to focus on here. So Uttar Pradesh, rest you can easily, it's like for Tamil Nadu, yeah, there may be possible to Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Rajasthan. So Rajasthan also need to focus. So next, what is the point is approximately 79% of all students are enrolled in the undergraduate level courses, while 11.5. So see the difference here. These facts only will give enhancement to your answer. So how much? 79% for UG or PG? So what about the PG perspective? So what is the difference? Very huge difference, right? So now tell me, what are the reasons? So you are saying that employment. So they are satisfied with that UG employments. So second, any idea? Any other point? So I'm asking, like, tell me, like, why there is low level of post graduation. So we are not talking of some PhD, but when coming to this PG something, for example MBA, if you take the MBA, there is no need of much research behind it. So okay, research R&D is one element, but think.
Financial difficulties.
What?
Financial distress.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, this is one point. Financial.
Mostly governments provide reimbursement for only UGs rather than PGs.
So okay, you are talking about reimbursement. Next.
Eligibility for government jobs is also used.
Eligibility for government jobs. Okay. So one point, like other country. So next. So you tell limited postgraduate seats. Actually, actually, the point you have told, according to the research, according to the reports, there are lots of seats available in the central universities for the PG posts. So they are still vacant. Still vacancy are there. For example, 100 seats are there. Something 30 to 40 seats are vacant in that PG college itself. So you have told something. So even though there is a less ratio, according to the facts, if 100 students for a class, they are getting something around 60 to 70%. What about the rest 30 to 40%? If you see the picture, 11.5% are just enrolled. So where are this remaining gap, 79% to 11%? Like it is approximately something around 70% gap is there, right? Nearly. So you are telling these dimensions are fine, but tell me some socio-economic dimensions, so social dimensions, the cultural dimensions.
Age pressure.
Marriage.
Age.
Fine. Oh, age is fine. Marriage. You are forgetting about the marriage. One important element all are craving for.
So second question to second.
Then next. What? Yeah. Encouragement. Then next.
It's a lack of opportunities more after PG.
There will be more opportunities, I think so, but huh?
As the education levels are increasing, the opportunities are decreasing.
See, the point which was mentioned in the recent survey, I think a World Bank report or something, this point is very, very important. Why? Because if you see the present unemployment ratio, this is because increasing the education. because you are expecting to get a good job. It's your expectation. Jobs are there. Like for example, if you graduated, like if you done your post graduation, you got a seat something like you got a job something around 20 to 30,000. But in your mind, you have a conception that I have done the PG. I deserve a more job which will give a good pay. So most of the, like if you see the report which was recently given by this World Bank, it is saying that the unemployment ratio in India in this like who has graduated, they are expecting a more pay. That is the reason why there is a low number of unemployment. Like there is an increase in the unemployment. Why? Because your expectations are higher. It's not saying that in this society does not have like this. India doesn't have any jobs. For example, Swiggy. These are gig economy only, right? Does they provide any what you can say benefits to you? No, right? But even though who has graduated BTech, they are working as a Swiggy boys, right? You have seen? This is the reality. So what we need? So what we need, like if you want to bridge this gap, what are the things we can make over to increase the PG level?
Skill-based courses as per industry demands.
Okay, skill based.
PG courses.
Okay, can you link with some government element? PM Kaushal Vikas Yojana. The next, it will give something. What is this one? A National Skill Quality Framework Certificate. NSQ. If you like been into the part of this scheme, they'll give a certificate for you. So based on the certification only, you can go for it. For example, this is for what? Skill development or enhancement. So at present, PMKVY at 4.0 stage. What does it mean?
Industrial Revolution 4.0.
It is regarding for the next generation, like AI, robotics, industrial revolution. Also for regarding these things. So next, anything? Any idea? What else? Like apart from this government scheme, what else is there?
Department of Science and Technology is making the scholarship schemes for women.
Yeah. Do you know this STEM means? Science and technology.
Engineering mathematics.
STEM field, you need to women scholarships. The next. So you know our R&D status, India's R&D status. R&D, you know what is R&D means? Do you know how much we are spending? How much like a GDP we are spending on R&D?
0.6%.
Now it got increased. It is less than 1%. It's something around 0.9% at present, but it is less than.
1%.
What does it shows?
Lack of innovation-based development.
Fine. In lack of innovation, tell me one scheme which is focusing on the innovation. Yeah, Atal Innovation Mission. Do you know incubation centers? Do you have any idea? Any of you know what are the incubation centers?
They get ideas and then develop.
Facilities are provided to them.
Yes. For example, incubation centers, what they will do?
They will encourage students to give ideas and they will.
So it's like a hand holding support. If you have an idea with you, they'll help you as much as they can. For example, if you want to develop some kind of a good or something, an item, they'll help you. Okay. So not only they'll help in the registering of your product also. But is this going well? Like any one of you have applied for this? Do you have any thought process? Like
There's
yeah.
one with DPT. Actually, I don't remember the name as of now.
Hmm.
I could not recall. One with DPT.
Hmm.
Department of Biotechnology on this time. I applied with.
So you have done something.
So I was coordinator for that.
Mm-hmm.
I was coordinator for that.
You are coordinator for it. It's very good. So did you see any like
There was no
any growth or something? Like for practically you have experienced it, right? Did you see anything something revolutionary happening over there?
No, sir, not.
It's like any practical work is going on, or it's like an theoretical only happening over there.
Just theoretical, no practical.
So that's what's the reality you have heard from her. But why I'm telling, because I'll try to criticize as much as I can. Why? Because through criticism only we can develop some policies, whatever it may be, through criticism only. Okay. So coming to this, what is this? This scheme. So we have already talked about this, but see what are the challenges for this higher education in India. Is it visible? So what are the challenges here? High proportion of seats reserved in central universities. See, 49.5% of seats are reserved for historically communities. What are those historically communities? SC, ST, OBC, whatever it may be. How much they have reserved? Nearly how much? 50%. So are they filling? No. So second point, focus on quantity over quality. Higher education in India has more than doubled since the independence. 600 out of so universities, and so here you need to know what accreditation. Do you know what it means?
Certification by NAAC as per
By
required
UGC
standards.
and
NAC
NAC.
certification. Generally, you have done something engineering college. You have chaduvunte, you will get something NAC certificate under. What does it mean?
It is for almost every colleges or universities.
Yeah, it's there. But I am telling example. If you are engineering chestunte, good college chestunte.
Depends on infrastructure of
Yeah, infrastructure అని కాకపోయినా సరే this pedagogical structure, whatever, what is there inside the campus, not on the quality, like you're talking about this washrooms, all those things, right? Not it's more than that. This NAC accreditation is more than that.
Project. Any projects of college.
development of the college.
Quality of curriculum.
Quality, yeah, whatever, if you choose. You heard Mallareddy? Mallareddy, do you have an idea? Why are you laughing? Huh? Palamina. You don't know? You know him, right? He's Telangana model. So he's a minister, you know. So, like for example, I'm telling you why I bring him, because he has a college group of institutions. The name is Mallareddy Group of Institutions. It has a good NAC accreditation, right? This may happen to the politically also, right? Like that.
Things in India worked on politically.
That's okay, but in reality, like politicization is 100% is there. So like we cannot put that on the paper, right? On the exam paper. So for that we need to tell something like this. But remember, accreditation is important. So next, they are focusing on the quantity, not on the quality. See, for example, if you go to the Bihar, all these states, there are only limited number of what you can say engineering colleges. If you come to the southern states like Andhra Pradesh itself has something 600 or 700 engineering colleges. Do you know the practicality? But it's not like in a Bihar or something. How can you get a good number of quality over there? So you need what? For example, college is there. You need what? Faculty to teach, right? Faculty should be qualified, right? First of all. Got it? So next, coming to this high student teacher ratio. This is very, very important. High student teacher ratio. What is the present ratio? 28:11. So what is the in the China and South Korea, they have a teacher ratio is how much? 18:22. So do you know, this is fine. Do you have any idea regarding the doctor patient ratio? According to WHO regulations, what is the?
India has about 400 for 10 lakh. 400
So general, what is standard which was given by the WHO? 1:1000. But if you see the India, it is something around 1:1800. So you may heard the recent NEET controversy.
Yes.
Huh? Tamil Nadu is saying that we are not going to perform that NEET according to your. So we are going to conduct our own exam. All those things. What is the reason?
Afraid of difficulty of exam.
It's not like they have some ground realities, right? What are those ground realities?
Language barriers.
So first, very important thing is they have studied in their own vernacular language till 12th standard, right? So then you are giving a paper in English or Hindi, will it be viable? So till then they have studied their books in their vernacular languages. So if you are preparing for this exam, the availability of the what you can say material is English greater or the vernacular language is greater? English itself greater. So the one reason they are against to it. Another reason is what?
Dominating spirit of the center.
That is okay. Like we cannot write it on the exam, so we need something.
South India, we don't have that much quality education than North India.
So we have good quality education.
So they were not able to survive the competitions. ఆ లెవెల్కి ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వట్లేదు వాళ్ళు.
See, next point is affluency. If you are affluent, you can apply for this long-term coaching. So when we are talking about the medical examination, you can apply for the long-term coaching. If you are affluent, so 1 lakh or 2 lakhs, whatever it may be. If they are not affluent, there is a gap of equal. So where is the equal opportunity over there? So contradictory with which article of Indian Constitution? Equal opportunities.
15 and 16.
Yeah, 15. So these are the points you need to write, but coming to here, just remember lack of professional development. So soft skills is the one important. Next one, you do know industry academia collaboration? Any idea? Industry academia collaboration. Anyone of you know what it means?
Hands-on experience.
In the pre-final years, they go to industrial team
Industry
training.
to
Yeah,
Establishing the labs in the universities.
that is also one point.
Internships in industry based.
Okay. So like this is what? Practical. This is. So they want to establish what? Bridge between what? Practicality and the theoretical. So the one important point. So that is very less in our Indian higher education institutions.
And mostly on the universities.
Yeah. So next coming to this limited international student inflow. You know that? So from which countries, like you have seen any international student studying in India? From which country mostly? Africa. So next they are come from Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Tanzania and Sudan. So mostly the Sudan people you can see. So next one is what? Very very important, I have told you. Low quality research. So these are the facts you need to know. So coming to this, what is this scheme? Pradhana Mantri Uchatar Shiksha Abhiyan is a centrally sponsored scheme. Andake starting lone cheppan, it's not a central sector scheme. So if you see, erstwhile it is called as what? Rashtriya Uchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, RUSA. So earlier it was came at when? 2013, that is called 1.0, 2018 2.0. Funding to HEI to increase the access, equity and quality is the main motto of this RUSA. What is this? access, next one equity, quality. So for the access, tell me some 2 points, like how you will increase the access to the higher education.
Small number of universities and seats.
There are universities, like for how to, like if you want to send your children to the PG, what you will do? What are the main constraints with you as a father or parent? Financial condition. For that financial you need what? Scholarships or something, right? So second point,
Law and order issues in the university campuses.
that is very single domain, people may fear.
So better opportunities after post completion.
See, again you are selling in this dimension. Tell me something about social aspects.
Equal reservation of seats.
That is also fine, but social aspects. మ్యారేజ్ ఎన్నిసార్లు చెప్పాలి, పెళ్ళితో ఇబ్బంది ఏం రాదా? పెళ్ళి వచ్చాక పంపిస్తారా? మోస్ట్లీ లైక్ ఇఫ్ యూ లైక్ అండర్ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ అయిపోయి యూ గాట్ మ్యారీడ్, జనరల్లీ పంపిస్తారా ఇన్ యువర్ హోమ్ పీజీ? దిట్స్ వన్ హిండ్రెన్స్ ఇన్ ఇండియా. వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ద ఇండియన్ కల్చర్. ఎనీబడి హ్యావ్ సీన్ దర్ ఇస్ ఎ సిరీస్ లైక్ మేడ్ ఇన్ హెవెన్, నెట్ఫ్లిక్స్లోనే దేనిలోనే వచ్చింది మేడ్ ఇన్ హెవెన్ అని. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ అవేర్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ జస్ట్ చూడండి కుదిరినప్పుడు. చూడండి అంటే నెట్ఫ్లిక్స్ అలా అని కాదు. ఎందుకు వై ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్, బికాస్ యూ నీడ్ టు నో వాట్ దేర్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్ ఈస్. యూ కెన్ రైట్ దోస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ పాయింట్స్ ఇన్ ద లైక్ ఆర్టికల్ కూడా పెడదాం అనుకున్నాయి ఇవాళ, మేడ్ ఇన్ హెవెన్ అని చెప్పేసి హిందూలో ఇచ్చాడు. దే ఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ దిస్ నెట్ఫ్లిక్స్ దాని గురించి మాట్లాడారు అనమాట, ఆ సిరీస్ గురించి. అంటే ఇండియాకి బయట కంట్రీకి దే ఆర్ కాంట్రడిక్టరీ థింగ్స్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ డివోర్సీ ఉన్న ఉమెన్ ఉంది, హౌ వీ విల్ లుక్, హౌ ద అదర్ కంట్రీ విల్ లుక్, దెర్ ఇస్ అ డిఫరెన్స్, రైట్? ద రియాలిటీ ఆస్పెక్ట్. సో చూడండి, ఏం కాదు, నేను చూడమని అదే పని చూడకండి. సో నెక్స్ట్, టు ప్రోగ్రెస్ ఆన్ GER, వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ GER స్టాండ్స్ ఫర్? Gross enrollment ratio. Next one, accreditation. Next one, student teacher ratio. So the recent revamped scheme has some main pillars. Obviously we have talked most of the things. So first one is what? Equity, access, inclusion, gender perspective and the underprivileged perspective. Next one, it should be what? So is there any I'll talk when I'm talking about this one. So quality teaching and the learning progress, upgrading the infrastructure. Next one, so we'll talk about this one, multiple entry exit system. Anybody have read this new education policy? They have a feature of this, you know that, multiple entry and exit system. So ప్రాక్టికల్గా మాట్లాడుకుందాం. టు బి ప్రాక్టికల్, ఒకసారి వదిలేస్తే మీరు ఇంకోసారి వెళ్తారా? యా యా అందుకే దోనో. సో డోంట్ వరీ. సో టెల్ మీ multi I am talking about this one. If you want to critically analyze some of the elements of the new education policy, I am going to talk about this policy, multiple entry and exit system. Is it viable in our Indian perspective? What you are thinking? It may, yeah, it can be possible, but ultimately a student should have that own thing, right? You should have some that kind of awareness, right? So obviously when you are doing this BTech, your adrenaline state of your mind is so high, whatever it may be. You are doing your UG. Apart from leaving like 10 to 20% of the people, rest 80% they want to do some extracurricular activities which they prefer. Okay, so if they have given that option, you can do it anytime. Will they do it? Even though they do it, they have the quality output with them. So we are talking about the quality itself. So one aspect you need to focus very like I felt it is contradictory. It may be fit for the top strata, not for the most of the strata. What I felt is. So next one is what? Student teacher ratio. I have already told regarding this one. Next one, accreditation, NAC performance. Next one, digital infrastructure. They want to build what? Digital infrastructure. Do you know DigiLocker? You can store your certificates. So they want to, there is an, according to new education policy, they want to bring one national academic bank. Do you have an idea? What does it do? It store your credits. It will help to fulfill this entry exit, multiple entry exit system. So next one, Wi-Fi, smart class, all those things. Next, industry. This is the nothing much here, but know about the higher education. Higher education is a very, very important for this upcoming mains exam. What I felt. So what are the issues regarding this scheme or something? So I am talking overall this higher education. You can use these points also in the higher education. The question comes. So to mandate, they want to mandate this NEP. It is what? It is a policy or act? It's just a policy. Does it have any legal backing? No, right. So they want to mandate that NEP into the legal backing. They are doing such kind of thing like this PM Usha scheme like that. Talk in another side. So next one is education. So I have, like, what I found is recently you can use this word. I have seen in some research paper. Generally, you have heard the word of fiscal federalism, cooperative, competitive, all these kinds of federalism. But this is a what? Why? Because education is a which subject? Obviously, state should have some word or say regarding it, right? Is it balancing over there? No. What I felt like, I don't know, like what about this NEET, all those things which I have seen in the present status, I felt is education federalism. There is a imbalance in the education federalism, or else literacy federalism, whatever name you can put, but I have seen in that paper. So next, coming to this, to follow the NEP, like this is one important thing. 4 years. Earlier the degree can be completed in 3 years. So 1 more year is extra, right? ఈ 3 years చదవడానికి చాలా కష్టపడుతున్నాము. సో వీఆర్ వర్కింగ్, రైట్? ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ద మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద పీపుల్, నాట్ ద లైక్ హూ ఆర్ వెరీ వెరీ వెల్ గుడ్ ఇన్ స్టడీయింగ్.
అంటే 4 years అయితే దాంట్లో బిఎడ్ కూడా కంప్లీట్ అయిపోతుందని న్యూ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పాలసీ.
సో one single aspect you are talking, but if it is creating 1 year more burden, right? Like the family, for example, you are saying the other thing you have already told is government jobs. Government jobs itself need only degree with a 3 year, whatever, 4 year, 3 year degree. It creates 1 year extra pressure on them if they want to, like, if they want to support the family as an employment. It is a hurdle for it, right?
కానీ 3 years అయితే తర్వాత వాళ్ళకి వద్దంటే 1 year చదవక అక్కర్లేదు సార్. 3 years అయింది, సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా ఇస్తారు.
See, that's what I am saying. Even though they give, but it's mandating it, right? So next, coming to his 40% of the funding is borne by whom?
State government.
So state government is borning. So why the name of PM? Why no CM PM? Why no CM PM? So next, coming toward this, already know multiple exit entry, we have already talked about this. So this is regarding this PM, whatever the Usha, PT Usha or something. So I have covered as much as from the higher education perspective. Just these fodder points you can use any kind of related higher education question. Like I have talked about the facts, what are the challenges, what are the issues. So what you can say, some, like, tell me some, you have already discussed all those things, right? Tell me some way forward how to improve higher education. We have already talked about two points. Tell me other 2 points.
Provide more scholarships to Indian students to persevere itself.
So okay. So you heard, do you know Jai Shankar?
Yes.
Any idea? Who is he? Minister of External Affairs. What he talked about this like NRIs? Do you have an idea? what he wants as external affairs minister, what he wants is, it's not like restricting Indians to go abroad. Why? Because there is an opportunity. You will know what is happening in the outer world. What are the things, for example, if you are excelled in research over there, you can bring that knowledge back into the country and you can use for the country's development. How many are doing that? They generally, if you see who are doing this NRIs, what they will do simply investments. Only investments. If you see only investments only, they will put into some venture, new startup has came, they will put that amount in there for mutual funds, all those things. But they won't help their knowledge for the country's development. How many are there? If you see, if you have like in every family there may be one or two who has been in the US, right? To be frank, are they helping to the country's development apart from their individual development? No, right? So that's a fact. You need to know. Obviously. So why this G20? G20 also Vasudhaiva Kutumbam, right? Is it practical? China is a part of it. Is China acceptable for? Is it acceptable for China?
Part of our foreign policy to improve our soft power.
That is fine. That's okay. But I am telling that G20. I am going when I go to the China. You are my Vasudhaiva Kutumbam. Come here, me. Will they come and hug you? So if you go to the Pakistan, come. Will they come? No, right? We don't go to the politics. So just go through this one.
Sir,
Yeah.
like you have mentioned, the higher education post graduation is around 11%, right, sir? So that is India perspective, right?
India.
So why we are not focusing on the infrastructure and the research and development in India? So most of the students who
See, it is there already.
brain draining is happening, right, sir?
That's what I'm saying. Brain drain అనేది, you have that idea. నీకు ఉండాలి. For example, if anybody want to go to the US, why they will go to the US? Just tell me the one point.
Opportunities, better value for talent.
Quality talent.
అంత టాలెంట్ ఉందా వెళ్ళే వాళ్ళందరికీ? టు బీ ఫ్రాంక్,
Silicon Valley, 40% people are Indians.
see that's okay. You don't talk about top 10% or 15% who are going to the USA. Does they have any valid documents with them?
Otherwise, why they will be permitted?
See, you are missing the practicality. For example, you need to show some amount with you. For example, 35 lakhs, 45 lakhs. As a, like, for example, if you see most of the people, I don't know, like they'll show the fake documents. Not recent, like one day, yesterday itself. In Hindu, there is a big article. Why? What is the reason? It's not only like single perspective and like వాళ్ళేదో పాపం మిగిలిన వాళ్ళ పరిస్థితి, I don't know about remaining people, but it's practically happening. Brain drain. It may be the top rung of people, but not of the bottom, like 60 to 70% who are going to they are going for their development, own development, not for the country's development. So that's what I'm saying. One person, for example, Sundaram Pichai, you know, right? Paresh Agarwal. Whatever, Paresh Agarwal. Are you conducting some seminars with them in India? Why? Do you know Rishi Sunak? Did he visited India till now? Why? So ఇలా మాట్లాడుకుంటూ పోతుంటే there may be lot, but we don't need such kind of things. But practical మన ఎగ్జామ్కి ఏది అవసరమో you need to put it on the paper. So you need to have that idea. My intention is idea ఉండాలి మీకు. అంటే if you are posted as a foreign service, IFS, you'll enjoy everything, right? By visiting places. First of all, you'll prepare itinerary, that I need this, I need Italy, next I need to go to Afghanistan, next I go to Iran, next to Yemen. Yemen for what? to participate in one coup. You became an anti-national. So second thing, one great thing, everybody aware of it, right? చెప్పండి అయితే మరి, who is aware of it, just let me know. Is there what? Questioning. The article is what? Questioning. Like when you are reading the articles in the Hindu itself also, just see what their views. Are they questioning or they giving suggestion to you? It is talking about what? It's questioning. Is there a need to replace the IPC, CRPC and the Evidence Act? What are these names? Any idea? The recent change in names? Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita Bill. Next one is what? Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Bill. Next one is Bharatiya Saksha Bill. Saksha means evidence. Next one is Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha. It is CRPC. So next one is what? Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. That is what? IPC. Okay. What are these? First of all, just let me know. Prior to going to this in this topic, just let me know what are these.
Indianization of laws.
Indianization of laws is fine. Okay, we are talking about its IPC, CRPC. What are these?
Criminal proceedings.
Hmm.
So one talks about the penalizing the criminal proceedings, sir. Another one deals with the civil proceedings.
Procedure. Okay, fine. So why we need these things, laws? Why we need? Huh? Do you know what when they are Amit Shah introducing these bills into the parliament or something, he has given something very beautiful thing. What is it?
Purpose of Britishers was to punish, not to give justice.
Is it practical? It's not right. Who like are all the articles of the IPC are against to the Indian citizens? So if you see this one also, like the recent changes they have made, if you see what you can say, this IPC, something around 517 section, 511 sections are there. They have like in there they have changed the names also, like file sections to something 320, or they have reduced it. They have added just only 7 to 8 new things. Is it a full change? So what he has told in that speech is to give justice, not to punish. సో ఇంతకాలం ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇంతకాలం జరిగింది ప్రతి ఒక్కరిని పనిష్ చేయడానికేనా? ఇంతకాలం జరిగిన వాళ్ళకి జస్టిస్ లేదా? మరి మాట్లాడండి. అంటే ఇంతకాలం జస్టిస్ దొరకలేదా? ఓన్లీ పనిష్మెంటే దొరికిందా? దొరికింది కదా. సో ఆ పాయింట్స్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. సో నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు హియర్, you know, I'll tell some simple things. Do you know substantive law and procedural law? The words, legal terms are important. Substantive do you know this law, legal terms, substantive law and procedural law? Nothing much. Substantive is regarding this IPSC, procedural is regarding this CRPC. దట్స్ ఇట్. అంటే ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నానంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎనీ లా, ఎనీ స్కీమ్, యూ నీడ్ టు నో ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ద ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ బిహైండ్ ఇట్స్, ఎయిమ్ అండ్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్. అప్పుడు యూ కెన్ ప్లే విత్ ఇట్ లైక్ ఎనీథింగ్. ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ టు నో ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్. సో సబ్స్టాన్సివ్ మీన్స్ there are something. For example, definition. For example, if you do the cheating, they have a definition for it. So to try that cheating, you need some code to follow, some procedure to follow. For example, arrest cheyali anuko. For example, I will tell you, if you join some university or coaching center, they have 2 manuals with them. one manual is what are the things they are giving in that. For example, there is no ragging, you should not waste water. These are all the things they will mention in one manual. In another manual, if you do the ragging, what is the procedure we are going to do it? This is the procedural law, this is substantive law. These are two difference here. So substantive is what? IPC. Procedural is CRPC. Like we don't know, like the same question can be framed in the prelims also. Got it? So next, this is the basic things you need to know. This wording is very, very important when you are answering such kind of legal questions. So another question I am going to ask you, anybody has idea of compoundable and non-compoundable offence?
Once a case is filed, compoundable or which can be taken back with mutual consent of the parties.
In simple terms,
Revocables.
compromisable.
Compromise.
Compoundable and non-compoundable. So, in any of these bills or in any of these courts or something, is there any definition for bail? So, there is no, still in these courts or something, there is no definition for bail. Okay, just know this point. There is no definition like ultimate exclusive definition for the bail, but in this they have mentioned some offences are bailable offence, some offences are non-bailable offence. They have given in third terms, bailable and non-bailable. They didn't give any like a definition to the word bail. These facts you need to know because the prelims can be asked in this way only. Prelims ilane adugutaru. The bail, the term has defined in the IPC because IPC in the news then connect chesi మీ మైండ్ ట్యూన్ చేస్తారు. They'll tune your mind according to their circumstances. Okay, you may fall into the trap. So next other thing I want to talk about is what? Talk about compoundable, non-compoundable, bailable and non-bailable. Next one is what? Substantial, procedural. Next one is cognizable, non-cognizable. You know this one? You generally hear, right? Cognizable offence, non-cognizable offence. These are the basic things you need to know when you are going to the IPS or something. If anybody like to be in that position, they need to know. So cognizable offence means police can arrest without warrant from the court. They can arrest what? Without warrant. They don't need warrant to arrest. So next one, it is guided by which one? IPC or CRPC? What is the section? 154. Very important. Next, coming to here, non-cognizable. What it means? With warrant. So if you see the cognizable offence and the non-cognizable offence, which has more weightage, which is more stringent. ఇప్పుడు అరెస్ట్ చేయాలి అనుకో, ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు అరెస్ట్ యూ, కోర్టు దగ్గర పర్మిషన్ వచ్చేదాకా వాడు ఉంటాడా? ఇన్ సమ్ కేసెస్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐ హ్యావ్ మర్డర్డ్ ఆర్ సంథింగ్, సో డూ యూ నీడ్ టు బ్రింగ్ దట్ కోర్ట్ అక్కడ నుంచి వారెంట్ తీసుకొని వచ్చి అప్పుడు దాకా అక్కడ ఉండు, నేను వచ్చి తీసుకొని వస్తా అంటే విల్ హీ స్టే ఓవర్ దేర్? నో, రైట్? సో బై సీయింగ్ హియర్ cognizable and non-cognizable, which is the more stringent, cognizable or non-cognizable? Right? Without warrant, they don't need warrant to do that action. So why I am telling, because in this recent criminal amendment bills, they have given a provision of handcuffing. Handcuffing is not part and parcel of our Indian criminal justice system. Like మన సినిమాలో చూపించినట్టు ఎప్పుడు ఇలా సంఖ్యలా, ఇట్స్ నాట్ లైక్ దట్. ఇట్స్ నాట్, హ్యాండ్కఫింగ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ part of it, but they have brought this handcuffing part into the real domain. అంటే చిన్నదో పెద్దదో, they don't know, like they don't give such kind of exclusive things for this only you need to do the handcuff. For example, terrorist, they have given this definition of terrorism in this new bill. We'll talk about all those things. Why I am telling, because if you know these words, these things, the rest of the bill will be very easy for you to know. That's what my intention is. So you can, there may be chance of asking these kind of questions in the prelims also, because if you see the last 2 to 3 years, they are asking questions related to the police. If you heard some parole, this is also criminal justice related names. We don't know, like in some other day they may ask about these cognizable or non-cognizable things. So, but we need to know first of all. So, coming to here, so I have categorized like in this week I will talk about the two bills. One is regarding this IPC and next one is CRPC. So, when this came, the idea of this IPC from when? 1833, Charter Act 1833. Okay. So, that is the origin of this Indian Penal Code 1860 on the recommendations of the first Law Commission in 1834 under the Charter Act 1833. So, under whom? Maculae. These are very basic facts, but who don't know, just know these things. So, first of all you need to know the objectives. That is why I will focus on this objectives perspective. To lay what is right, what is wrong. Next one is to lay down punishment. So, next one, intention of the offender. So, words are very very important. Induku rasna ante normal cheppukuntu vellipochu, but these words are very important. Word play will be there. Intention, what they will see, a judge or something, what they will see, intention. Intention of offenders is crucial. So, you heard due process of law and procedure established by law. What is the due process of law? What is procedure established by law? Do you know, anyone of you know the difference? I need a difference. Due process and procedure established by law. So, I will tell you some small example. If he is a judge, you know all those things also. A very basic thing, example meeku already telusu. That example is a poor man has steal to feed his, what you can say, children. Is stealing a crime or not? Stealing cheyadaniki, what's his intention here? To feed. Ultimately the state is not providing here, right? If you want to go behind a step back, if state is providing food as a welfare state, he may not steal it, right, to feed their children. Here what they are seeing, intention. If they want to try some kind of judgment or something, it is not absolutely stealing is a wrong. You cannot punish like directly, but you need to see some intention. Yeah, he has done something with a good. If state provides, then what the court may do, it may reduce the punishment, or it may give something 250 some fine, or to may work here, or some small amount of punishment. But it is more like if it is the intention is different, then the treatment is different, right? This is the difference between procedure established by law and the due process of law. Procedure established by law means according to the law, what was written in the law, you need to follow like that. But in the due process of law, you need to see what their intention behind it. Got it? These are the very important things. So, you know the for example, if you see the ancient communities or ancient things, if you saw something bands, not bands you heard, not this marriage bands or not bands, like we are talking about something prior to Vedic age or something. There are group of people will be there. They have their own number of set of people will be there. They need in that band, that general band means some 15 to 20 amount of people who are close relatives with them. Okay. If that band is there, if you do any wrong, their intention is they cannot ostracize directly to out of the community, right? Because he is belong to you. For example, if your son is there, he has done something, a mischievous thing, you cannot eliminate him from there, right? What you will do? You will punish with some similar thing, some amount, some like not like ఏదో చూసేసుకొని వాడిని పనిష్ చేయాలని చేయం కదా. వాట్ వీ డూ, మందలించి విల్ టేక్ హిమ్ క్లోజర్. The intention of justice should be like this. It's not only to punish, which he has talked earlier. I am going to the what is an origin of this discussion. our thing is to justice, to create a justice, not to punish. Got it? So in that dimension, you can relate to it. You can give an example of this band. We don't know, like in society, in society is an aspect in the mains, right? You can like something question comes, you can put such kind of words in over there. So next, coming to here. So next one, in this IPC, to lay what is right or wrong in the punishment. Next one is intention of the offender is crucial. Define. So the definition of criminal behavior, classification of the crimes. Next one is what? So these are the objectives. What are the objectives? To see whether it is right or wrong. Next one, to define. Next one, to see the intention. These are the objectives of this IPC. Coming to here, there are classification. There is a classification of crimes. I mentioned like some example things. In this dimension, if you see the code of all those things, in appendix you will get this classification according to this. So you are not a law student, right? You don't need all the such kind of stuff, but you need to know first of all. First one is what? Crime against body. Body means what? We humans or something, right? So that is example, murder. Next one, crime against property, theft. Do you know theft? Do you know dacoity means? For example, who rage buses ni tagalabettam, or is mookamudiga vachesi they'll fall into you. So dacoity they comes on. Next one is against public. That is one what? Rights. Next one, economic crimes. Do you know counterfeiting of currency is economic crime? Say why? Because I am talking all those things. ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నానంటే we don't know ఐపీసీలో ఏమేమి గైడ్ చేస్తుంది అని ఒక బేసిక్ క్వశ్చన్ అడగచ్చు. They don't go in depth. For example, counterfeiting of currency can be dealt like that was given in the IPC. Is it correct? Example, ante they don't go deep into each and every provision, but you need to know the basics of it when you are giving examples. Next one is towards women and children. In these wise, they are classification of the crimes in this IPC. So next we will talk about some recent things. Example, what are this? Section, very famous. What is this? Decriminalizes consensual sex between two adults. What is the case of it? Navatej Johar versus Union of India case. Cases are very, very important. If you see the mains questions also, they have given individual questions on the tell me some. They'll pick some topic. They'll ask what are the recent judgments regarding it. For example, basic structure of the constitution is there. There is a cases behind it, right? You need to explain each and every case. The same thing if you want to talk about this decriminalizing of this consensual. Do you know consensual and non-consensual? The difference between consensual and non-consensual? What it means? Consensual means nee antarak nu veltunnavu. Yeah, okay, I am doing what I am doing with my intention, with my interest. Consensual. See, the words are very, very important. That's why I am focusing on it. This means decriminalizes consensual, but they are not talking about non-consensual. Words are important. Sex between two adults. So anduke enti ante two adults. The word is also see here two what? Adults, not between men and women. So do you know marriage? Marriage is only between a man and woman.
As per law, it is.
As per law it is. According to India only. Okay. So Navatej Johar versus Union of India is the case. So next one, section 309. Do you know? Do you heard like in last 4 to 5 years back there is this regarding this attempting to suicide. Now they have decriminalized. You heard? You know that one? మీరు సూసైడ్ చేసుకోవాలంటే మేము జనరల్ సూసైడ్ చేసుకుంటే దే విల్ పనిష్ యూ ఎర్లియర్. ఇప్పుడు కూడా దే విల్ పనిష్ నవ్ ఆల్సో, బట్ దే విల్ సీ సంథింగ్ బిహైండ్ ఇట్ that has guided by one act, that act is called what? Mental Health Care Act 2017. So if a person who has this mentally ill condition, according to this Mental Health Care Act, so then only the person is permitted, like one try chair, the క్రిమినలైజ్ చేయకుండా ఉంటారనమాట. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ గైడెడ్ బై దిస్ యాక్ట్. సో యూ కెనాట్ సే దట్ ఈచ్ అండ్ నువ్వు ప్రతిసారి వెళ్ళి సూసైడ్ చేసుకోగానే ఇట్ షుడ్ నాట్, దెర్ ఈస్ నో కంప్లీట్ బ్యాన్ ఆన్ దిస్ డీక్రిమినలైజేషన్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ సూసైడ్. దీస్ sections are very very important. Section 309, section 377. So did you see, like recently there is a person who has died in what is this, IIT, I think so, the paper you have seen?
Yes, sir.
Huh? IIT, he has hanged to the fans, and the article I have seen in the side only, they have given a small article. It talked about, do you know Sushant Singh Rajput?
Yes, sir.
Idhe telsa meeku? You are aware of him. So he also hanged to the fan. So in the small article, is it, I don't know about this controversy about the Sushant Singh Rajput, but I don't think he is that much coward personality to do hang from his family or something. But I'll leave those things. The fan concept, we are focusing on the fan concept here. There is a small article here in the Hindu. What they are going to do is, in the startups, it's challenge they have given. What they are going to launch in these hostels or something.
What are hostels?
They want to take this suicidal resistance fans, and they want to create some sensors. If you are doing that thing, ఆ సెన్సార్ ఆ సెన్సార్ పెడతాను ట్రై చేస్తున్నారు. ఇట్స్ వెరీ గుడ్ ఇనిషియేటివ్, రైట్? అసలు ఎవరికి థాట్ కూడా రాలేదు. నేను చూసి చాలా వండర్ అయ్యాను పేపర్లో చూసి. అంటే ఇప్పుడు దాకా నాకు ఆలోచన రాలేదు, అదే ఫ్యాన్ కూరేసుకుని ఒక సెన్సార్ పెట్టి వాడు హ్యాంగ్ చేసుకుంటుంటే, కెమెరా పెట్టకూడదులే కానీ, షుడ్ నాట్ పుట్ కెమెరా, బట్ సెన్సార్ ఈజ్ ఫైన్, రైట్? సో మోర్ దాన్ ఏ వెయిట్ పర్సంటేజ్ ఇట్ మే ఫాల్ ఆర్ ఇట్ మే ఇన్ఫార్మ్ టు అదర్ థింగ్స్. If you see this, for example, if you just see the articles also, which there in the paper, you can also see after this ending of article, they are giving a toll-free number for you also. Anybody observed that one? Anti-suicide, NIMHANS something. Roshni, whatever. Toll-free number is giving, right? మంచిదే, బాగా ఫాలో అవుతున్నాను. సో క్రియేట్ అవేర్నెస్. సి ఐఎమ్ నాట్ జోక్గా చెప్పట్లేదు కానీ ఇది మాట awareness created. Who don't know, because we don't know, right? Somebody may struggle to say what is going inside with you, with your close friends also, but if you help them, you may save someone's life, right? You don't know what may happen to you or to your close one also, what's going inside them, right? Please save lives. So next, coming to section 420, very famous, right? It's regarding what? Cheating. So these are some sections you need to remember. Why? Because these are there in the news. So next, coming to this bill. In this bill, 175 sections are amended, 8 new are created, 22 are repealed. It is not repealed. Repealed means what? Teesesaru. Okay. So coming to here, this bill is called what? Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita bill. So we will see important highlights of this bill. Sedition section, very famous. Do you know Kanai Kumar? Any idea? Yeah, JNU student who has tried with the sedition charges. So 124. Do you know sedition means? Any one of you? Rajadrohi. Yeah. Next also there is also a term మర్చిపోయాను. రాజద్రోహి కాకుండా దేశద్రోహి, రాజద్రోహి సేమ్ థింగ్, బట్ అలా కాకుండా ఏదో ఉంది. దెర్ ఇస్ చూసాను నిన్న మీమ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ ఇన్ గవర్నమెంట్ ద్రోహి. ప్రభుత్వ ద్రోహి, వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ మే బి, ఐ డోంట్ నో. ప్రభుత్వ ద్రోహి, ఇట్స్ నాట్ గవర్నమెంట్ ద్రోహి వేరు, దేశద్రోహి వేరు, గవర్నమెంట్ ద్రోహి వేరు. 2 different థింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా ఇక్కడ. వాట్ ఇట్ మీన్స్? దేశానికి అగెనిస్ట్గా మాట్లాడి ఆబ్వియస్లీ హీ మే ట్రైడ్ అవుట్, బట్ గవర్నమెంట్కి అగెనిస్ట్గా మాట్లాడచ్చు. దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ డిసెంట్ విత్ అస్, రైట్? Constructive criticism, the word is what? Constructive criticism is acceptable up to a limit. So follow those memes. ఇట్ విల్ బీ వెరీ హెల్ప్ఫుల్ ఫర్ యూ టు ఆన్సర్ దీస్ క్వశ్చన్స్. నేను వర్క్ చెప్తున్నాను, నిజంగా ఫాలో అవ్వకండి. సో ఇట్స్ నాట్ ప్రభుత్వ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ మే బి, లీవ్ ఇట్. సెడిషన్ 124A, it was changed to offences against the state endangering sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. Where you can see these words, preamble. Is preamble legal ga danni emana cheyagalra? You can make something legality over the preamble? No, right? So whatever maybe it's endangering what? Sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. So obviously the Rajadrohi, whatever is nation drohi. So sedition talks about what? Which, so the word exactly, they have removed this sedition word from this 124A section, remove chesesi they have given a new things, that is what? Offenses against the state endangering the sovereignty, unity and of India. For this they have given a word called subversive activities, but they didn't define what exactly are the subversive activities.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఒక రైట్ గవర్నమెంట్ పవర్లో ఉన్నాం,
రైట్ గవర్నమెంట్, లెఫ్ట్ వింగ్, రైట్ వింగ్, అదేనా?
ఒక లెఫ్టిస్ట్ రాసే ఆర్టికల్స్ అని సపోజివ్ యాక్టివిటీస్ కింద చూస్తారు కదా సార్.
They may see it's like a word changing. This is called, anybody of you heard the word of colorable legislation in the class? Any idea? వన్ క్లాసిక్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అని, అసలు అది ఏంటంటే తెలియదు అన్నారు కదా మర్చిపోయా. క్లాసిక్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏం చెప్తారు కానీ, వన్ క్లాసిక్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఈస్ ఆధార్. ఆధార్ ఈజ్ పాస్డ్ యాజ్ వాట్? విచ్ బిల్? మనీ బిల్. ఆధార్ని ఎలా పాస్ చేశారు? మనీ బిల్గా పాస్ చేశారు. బికాస్ generally there is a following procedure to bring these bills. For example, Aadhaar Act తీసుకొని రావాలన్నా సరే there is a issue of privacy. Next one, issue of theft. We don't know in future, like if the servers breach or something, there may be a we don't know, right? You have seen lot of cyber crimes in these government departments also, right? If the Aadhaar breach means everything will be breached out, but it is the secondary thing. But generally Aadhaar has took so much time to get into the act. Earlier the Aadhaar should come in the normal act, but it came through the form of money bill, because Rajya Sabha doesn't have any powers, right? Obviously who is in the government, who has a good number of majority, obviously they can pass it, right? That what was happened with the Aadhaar itself. Aadhaar was passed as a money bill. So because there are no opportunities around it, they can take any other provision. అంటే లూప్ హోల్స్ ఎత్తుక్కొని చేస్తాం అనట్లేదా? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అలా చేయనప్పుడు ఇలానే చేయొచ్చు కదా. సో దట్ లెజిస్లేషన్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ద కలరబుల్ లెజిస్లేషన్. అంటే గవర్నమెంట్ హ్యాస్, అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి అంటే ఒక లూప్ హోల్స్ ఎత్తుక్కొని చేయాల్సింది. టు బి ప్రాక్టికల్ యూ షుడ్ నాట్ డూ దట్ యాజ్ ఎ గవర్నమెంట్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్గా. సో దెర్ ఆర్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ కేసెస్. గవర్నమెంట్ ఇక్కడ నుంచి వెళ్ళి సో మెనీ హ్యావ్ ఫైల్డ్ cases in the Supreme Court. Ultimately the government has given the said that it has passed through the money bill, because obviously they have attached this PDS scheme, whatever the MG Narega scheme. So ఈ స్కీమ్స్ అన్నిటికీ బెనిఫిషియరీకి కావాలంటే ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఆ మనీ అనే ఎలిమెంట్ ఉంది కాబట్టి వీఆర్ గివింగ్ సపోర్టింగ్ టు దిస్ మనీ బిల్. సో ద కేస్ హ్యాస్ లాస్ట్. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ అ కలరబుల్ డాక్ట్రిన్ ఆఫ్ కలరబుల్ లెజిస్లేషన్ అంటారు. అంటే తెలుగులో ఎవరికైనా చెప్తాను, అర్థం చేసుకోండి. ఒక పద్ధతిలో చేయనప్పుడు ఇంకా అంటే జనరల్గా ఒక స్టాండర్డ్ పద్ధతిలో చేయాలి ఒకటి ఏదైనా సరే, ఒక లెజిస్లేషన్ చేయాలన్నా సరే. బట్ అది అలా చేయనప్పుడు ఇంకొక వేరే దారిలో నుంచి ఎత్తుక్కొని వచ్చుకుంటారు. ఓకే, సో ఆర్ఎల్స్ ఇంకెలా చేయొచ్చు అంటే, సమ్ లెజిస్లేషన్స్ కెన్ బి డూ ఇన్ ద కంకరెంట్ లిస్ట్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, వైల్డ్ లైఫ్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ యాక్ట్. వైల్డ్ లైఫ్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ యాక్ట్ అనేది 2 states or 3 states కలిసి వచ్చి వీ నీడ్ దిస్ అని అడుగుతారు, వీ నీడ్ అండ్ లెజిస్లేషన్. సో అలా అయినా చేయొచ్చు అనమాట. అంటే సెంటర్కి హోల్డ్ ఉన్న స్టేట్స్ ఉంటాయా, సెంటర్ హ్యాస్ సమ్ హోల్డ్ ఇన్ సమ్ బీజేపీ లైక్ 4-5 స్టేట్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ 4-5 స్టేట్స్ గవర్నమెంట్స్ని అడుగుతారనమాట, నాకు ఈ బిల్ పాస్ అవ్వాలి. ఆ బిల్ పాస్ అవ్వాలి అంటే మీరు ముగ్గురు కలిసి నా దగ్గరికి రండి, అప్పుడు నేను బిల్ పాస్ చేస్తాను. అప్పుడు యాక్ట్గా ఫామ్ అయిపోయింది. అప్పుడు ఆల్ ఇండియా వైడ్ అప్లై అవుతుంది, ఎందుకంటే కంకరెంట్ లిస్ట్లో ఉంది కాబట్టి. బ్యాక్డోర్ నుంచి క్రియేట్ చేసేది కలరబుల్ లెజిస్లేషన్, అంటే ఒరిజినల్గా చేయకపోయినా సరే వెనక నుంచి చేసేది. సో నెక్స్ట్ దీస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ డాక్ట్రైన్స్ అడుగుతున్నారు ఇన్ ప్రిలిమ్స్ ఎగ్జామ్. సో నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు హియర్, ఫస్ట్ టైం the word is what? First time the word terrorism was defined in this Nyaya bill, whether he commits in India or foreign. Very important. Next one, offences of defamation. Do you know defamation? Defame అంటే నిన్ను రాహుల్ గాంధీ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. సో they have reduced their term, simple imprisonment up to 2 years, అంటే దీన్ని తగ్గించారు. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, మాబ్ లించింగ్. దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో ఫస్ట్ టైం.
Sir, from 3 years నుంచి 2 years.
So tell me the mob lynching. What is mob lynching? Any example recent times? Manipur. And you know Nuh violence? NUH. Nuh violence, which was there in the news. It is related to this mob lynching also, mob lynching only. And they think earlier it started something around Aklak. You know Aklak murder, Muzaffarpur incident. It's not present, like 4 to 5 years back. Then only this word came into the limelight, mob lynching. అంటే బికాస్ ఆఫ్ హీ ఈజ్ ఈటింగ్ ద బీఫ్, హీ హ్యాస్ అన్ లైక్ ఇంట్లో బీఫ్ తింటున్నాడు అన్న ఉద్దేశం, చేసిన ఉద్దేశంతో మాబ్ హ్యాస్ కిల్డ్ హిమ్ because it is against to that area or something.
Sir, Kashmir Pandits also there. Kashmir Pandit.
Yeah, there, but limelight. So Kashmir Pandits, you don't have anta avagahan ledu kada. So everything, something 20 years back has happened, but limelight, like news regularly you have seen something. It's a recent trend, mob lynching. So in this mob lynching ki one major factor, what is the major factor of this mob lynching? Religion is fine. What made it aggressive? Extremism is still there some years or something. What made it aggressive? Very practical గా ఆలోచించండి, very general life. Politics one aspect. Social media accessible to the internet. Social media is the one phenomena which has created n number of these kind of things. Obviously fake news, you know, right? Fake news, WhatsApp messages. So వాడేదో చేస్తున్నాడు, fine, read this one. So there, for the mob lynching you will get what? Capital punishment. Next one, sexual exploitation of the women on the pretext of marriage. అంటే ఏంటి? Earlier it was not there, ఇప్పుడు present now it was came into the picture. అంటే పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటాను అని చెప్పేసి have some sexual relations with a woman. Now it will be tried. Now it has been into this IPC. Next one, it omits section 497, offense of adultery. Okay, adultery, you know adultery, right? Then it is fine. What is the case regarding this one? Joseph Shine versus Union of India case. In this article we have talked about two cases. One is what? Navtesh Johar. Regarding what? Decriminalization of consensual sex between the two adults. అంటే ట్రాన్స్జెండర్స్కి స్కోప్ ఇచ్చిన కేసు ఏదన్నా అంటే అది నవతేజ్ జోహార్ కేస్, LGBTQ. సో సెకండ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ అడల్టరీ రిలేటెడ్, అడల్టరీ డీక్రిమినలైజ్ చేసిన కేసు ఏంటి? సెక్షన్, వాట్ ఇస్ ద సెక్షన్? కేస్ ఇస్ ఏంది? జోసెఫ్ షైన్ వర్సెస్ యూనియన్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా కేస్. సో these are points regarding this one. I've covered the highlights of this thing. So next, coming to other bill. What is the other bill? Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, we have talked about it. Next one is, what is the CRPC name? Nagarik Suraksha. Fine. So we are talking about what? CRPC. So what is the difference between IPC and CRPC? I have already told you, substantial, procedural. It has procedures what to follow. So coming to here, lays out the steps who law enforcement must take while investigating a violation of any crime listed in the penal code. So these are what steps need to follow. So next one is, as a code where given mandatory practices must be implemented, includes provisions for courts or magistrate authority. So for example, if they have asked a statement, IPC includes the provisions for courts or magistrates authority. Is it correct? IPC, I am talking about the IPC. No, remember, IPC doesn't talk will authority untar, will punch chesta, they don't. IPC doesn't talk. IPC work is to define all those things. That's it. Its duty is right or wrong. What is this? But who want to do like the procedure? Evara personality under ever cheyali? Who has some kind of what you can say regulations, guidelines, eligibility? It all talks about which bill, which code? CRPC. Remember, these differences are very important. So next one, this CRPC, it provides the machinery for investigation of the crime. It's a very basic thing. Apprehension of the suspected criminals, collection of evidence, because these are very important. ఎందుకంటే బిల్ అర్థం అవ్వాలంటే ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ అర్థం అవ్వాలి. యూ నీడ్ టు నో the objectives first of all prior to understanding the bill. Next one, determination of guilt or innocence of the accused person and the determination of punishment of the guilty. It also deals with the very important public nuisance, prevention of offences and maintenance of wife, child and parents. So nothing much, just know these objectives of it. So coming to this bill, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita Bill 2023. So main provision what they are going to take is greater use of technology. So whatever it may be, trials or appeals, use of technology. Next one is communication devices. For what? Very important. For what? Digital evidence. Do you know, like again, if you see the recent newspaper, like 1 to 2 days newspaper, you are seeing a SIM card issues. Choosar evarana? Do you have any idea? SIM cards, like you are using SIM cards as an element to do the crime. Ante they don't have, for example, an agency will be there. They have 2 different naluguru aiduguru perlu meeda they will take 5 different SIM cards. A single person with 5 different. He don't have idea. The person doesn't have any idea, and idea is SIM card subscriber adi kaadu. I'm not talking about the network. Idea ante he don't have that idea. Without their consent or without their thing. Yeah, awareness ఉండదు. Yeah, that's what I mean. For the use of illegal, so lot of SIM cards was blocked recently. So not about that. They can use this digital evidence. For example, చెప్తున్నాను కదా, even digital evidences అన్నమాట. So these are not in the earlier codes. Why? Because the technology has improved at present perspective. So next one.
They included the email as a digital evidence.
Yeah. Then as a digital evidence. So next one, use of handcuffs. Very. I didn't feel like this one, but I don't know. My feeling is not important to them, right? See, use of what? Handcuffs. A police officer may be permitted to use handcuffs while arresting a person if he is a repeated offender who escaped from the custody or has committed on what? Organized crime, terrorist act and offences against the state. This is important for us. What is important for us? Etc. is important for us. ఎందుకంటే ఎట్సెట్రా అని ఇచ్చాడు. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ ఎట్సెట్రా? ఏంటది? ఏం చేస్తే వేస్తారు? డూ హ్యావ్ ఎన్ ఐడియా? నో, రైట్? సో నెక్స్ట్ వన్, స్పెసిఫిక్ safeguards. No person can be arrested without permission of an officer not below the rank of who? DSP, in cases where the offences is punishable with less than 3 years, or if the person is above what? How much? It's not visible, right? 60 years of age. These are the provisions. Just go through it, nothing much here, but if you want to write mains answers, so we'll discuss later the issues regarding this one. So do you know mercy petition? Death sentence. For example, if you death sentence, you can put mercy petition to governor, and so ultimately we can call it as a pardoning power. According to this one, pardoning power of president or governor, whatever it may, pardoning power. So coming to here for the time frame, they have given what? Time frame. It is important. File mercy petition, the death sentence cases. Which sentences? Death sentences cases. After being informed by the jail authorities who sentenced to that, he or she legal heir or his relative also. These individual things are very important. Can submit a mercy petition within
30 days.
to whom?
Governor.
These are important. 30 days, governor. Next one is what? If rejected, the person can petition the president within
President.
60 days. So president 60 days, governor
30 days.
30 days.
అది సార్ ఫస్ట్ ఇప్పుడు గవర్నర్కి పిటిషన్ ఇస్తే అప్పుడు క్యాన్సిల్ చేస్తే మళ్ళీ 60 days ముందే ఇవ్వాలి.
For whom? 30 days అయిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 30 డేస్లో గవర్నర్ చేయలేదు, నెక్స్ట్ ఫర్ నెక్స్ట్ 60 days.
60 days ముందరనే ఇవ్వాలి సార్.
6 days ముందర అలా కాదు. ఇక్కడ నీకు అర్థం కావాల్సింది ఏంటంటే, సో 30 daysలో ఇఫ్ హీ రిజెక్టెడ్ అంటే గవర్నర్ దగ్గర అవ్వలేదు అనుకో, నెక్స్ట్ 60 days ఉంటుందా? వితిన్ 60 days. ఆ 60 daysకి, ఎందుకంటే ఇది అయిపోయింది ఆల్రెడీ, నెక్స్ట్ వితిన్ 60 daysలో ఎవరికి ఇవ్వాలి? ప్రెసిడెంట్. ఈజ్ దేర్ ఎనీ అపీల్ మెకానిజం ఫర్ ఇట్? So ultimately president is the last personality. There is no appellate mechanism. For example, in the general cases we have that appellate mechanism, but in the mercy petitions we don't have appellate mechanism. President tone end అయిపోతుంది. So next one, arms in procession. Section 144A of the CRPC gives the district magistrate the power to prohibit carrying of arms in any procession, mass drill or mass training. So next one, another point is was samples without arrest. The bill has provision for the magistrate to order any person to give samples of his signature, handwriting, voice or finger impressions for the purpose of investigating without being arrested. So we'll talk about this. Is very important thing. What it is? Detention. What is detention means what?
Take investigation.
For
investigation to detain.
ఒకళ్ళు చెప్పండి. Tell me one personality. What is detention? Keeping in
Police custody until the charges are
police custody. It means that only like house arrest cannot come under detention.
surrounded by police.
Is there any requirement of warrant for this one?
They went to go without the warrant.
Actually, there is no need of warrant, all those things to place a person under this detention. Police can do it because it's a presumptive. He has not done offense, but we have a thought that he may do. He may do. That's the reason why it is called as preventive detention. heard the word preventive detention. They have talked about this thing. In India, we'll talk about that one also in detail. So in India, like how many months, like which article guides this preventive detention? Leave the article. Don't you have an idea regarding the article? Very, very important. Sir, leave it about the article. Tell me the time frame.
3 months.
3 months. Yeah, 3 months is fine. Do you know NSA? National Security Act. In the NSA also, there is a provision for the detention. Do you know that? There is a provision for detention. In the NSA, through the guidelines of this NSA, there is a provision for the detention. That detention is, the maximum limit is 12 months. You know, right? And there is an detention in the earlier erstwhile 370. Prior to this article 370, there is also some kind of preventive detention in the Jammu and Kashmir, which is 6 months. At present, it's not there. Just forget about it. But you need to know the two things. One is regarding the preventive detention, which was mentioned in the Article 21 of this Indian Constitution. Next one is what? Regarding National Security Act 1980 for the 12 months. Okay. So very, very important thing. These words are very, very important. A trial in what it means? Generally, if I want to try you, you should be there in front of me in a court. Judge నేను ట్రై చేయాలనుకుంటే ట్రై చేయడం అంటే ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఇన్ దట్ డైమెన్షన్. ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు పనిష్ యూ, నీ మీద ఏదైనా పనిష్మెంట్ వెయ్యాలి అంటే నువ్వు నా ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఉండాలి, ఆర్ యూ షుడ్ బీ దేర్ ఇన్ ద కోర్ట్, రైట్? బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ లైక్ దట్. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ ట్రయల్ ఇన్ ఆబ్సెన్షియా. నువ్వు ఉన్నా లేకపోయినా సరే ఐ విల్ ఫైల్ ఎ కేస్ ఆన్ యూ. Example, which act guide is UAPA. Do you know UAPA? Unlawful activities. నువ్వు చేసావు అని చెప్తే he can, whether you are staying here in India or out of the country, because you are not available, right? Obviously, he may send that notice. You need to be there. Like in 2 years imprisonment, 3 years imprisonment, they will give a case. They will give judgment to you. For example, UAPA. Next, tell me another act which can do this trial in absentia. Sedition is not an act. Fugitive Economic Offender Act. You heard that one? Tell me one famous supermodel personality. Vijay Mallya. Vijay Mallya, who is the one famous personality. I don't know what he is doing at present. He has a good command over what? What laws? He has good command over what? Youth. Why? Kingfisher. So fine, very, very important. Trial in absentia. If that person is not there also, you can give judgment. So next one is what? Zero FIR. You know zero FIR? What is FIR? What is zero FIR?
FIR is lodged in the jurisdiction of police station in which the crime scene happens.
See,
FIR can be lodged in any police station across India.
is the word FIR defined or mentioned in any of these codes? No. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, FIR అనేది ఏం లేదు అక్కడ పదం. ఇది జస్ట్ దాన్ని ఏమంటారు ఒక ప్రాక్టీస్ లాగా. ఇట్ కేమ్ ఇన్ టు ద వర్డ్ FIR అనేది ఒకటి వచ్చింది. ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్ వర్డ్ రిగార్డింగ్ దిస్. FIR ఈజ్ నాట్ దేర్. సో ఇలాంటి పాయింట్స్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇలాంటివి అడుగుతాడు ఫిల్మ్స్లో. జస్ట్ ఫోకస్ ఆన్ దోస్ థింగ్స్. So coming to here, zero FIR means earlier FIR means which jurisdiction, like if crime has happened in that jurisdiction only you need to file the case. You need to go to there. For example, you have a tagada with some other people in that area, you have a quarrel with some other area, you can go to that police station and you can report over there. If you lost something, you can do in that jurisdiction, one town, two town, you heard about. So it is now, it's not like that. It's zero FIR means you can file it in any case, any station. It will be transferred to the respective jurisdiction. But in this CRPC, they have given what time frame? How much? 15 days. Got it? It's very important. Remember this zero FIR. Actually heard this. What is this? What is this recent encounter case? Hyderabad's Disha. So Disha also, like the case was also filed through this zero FIR. So we'll talk about some basic things regarding. So some issues, like you have seen the question right today on the mains, we'll talk about some issues regarding these bills. One main issue is what? Detention. See, without being charged. The word is what? Without being charged. So it may contravenes to which of your articles? Right to life. Right to life. It may contravenes. Ante charge cheyakunda they have done preventive detention chesaru. Next one, article what I've told. So next one, it is what? 90 days. So 44th Constitutional Amendment Act, it has reduced it to 60 days, but it was not into the practice. This is very, very important point. Okay. So it is not into the practice, but it should be into the practice. This bill, which has given this 90 days into the practice, this bill which we are talking about, this bill. So next one, NS Act, I have already told you, this article 22 3B regarding the detention. So like tell me, what are the apprehension for this detention? Like if a person is detained, tell me from his point of view what he may lose. What he may lose?
Financial gains out of his daily profession.
Yeah, he may lose. For example, he is a breadwinner of the family. If you are detaining him 3 months, if he has some ailing mother, same case studies for ethics case study. Have you gone through the ethics case studies? Ethics GS4 paper section B, you will have a case studies. Same thing. Ilanti questions kuda frame cheyesi. If a person is was in the detain, he has his ailing mother. Okay. Then next he has 2 children. His wife is facing the social ostracization. One of his brother, he is trying to commit suicide. So they will give all those things as a what you can say, as a DSP or the superintendent of police of that jurisdiction. What are your options in front of you? Okay. So then you need to talk about it. What are the options in front of you? Like detention chesaru kabatti, yeah, detention has done with some intention. Like you need to take the different option stands. Second one is you need to talk with the detainee and arrange some benefits to the family person, because the family has no idea about what he has done, right? Got it? అర్థమవుతుంది కదా. సో అలాంటి ఎథిక్స్ క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయి. ఎందుకంటే ఎథిక్స్ కేస్ స్టడీస్ ఆర్ వెరీ 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 ఇంపార్టెంట్. బికాస్ వై? బికాస్ ఇన్ ద సెక్షన్ బి ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ 125 marks. Very scoring. So if you see the like 7 to 12, the question numbers is, if you see those questions, mostly they will ask about the options, what are the best options you can choose, what are the ethical issues in that dimension. So here you can talk about, for example, if this case study comes, you need to talk about the ethical dimensions also, right? Obviously, what is the ethical dimension here? Rajadrohi versus government drohi. Good, but there isn't, like, he is threat to sovereignty and unity of integrity of India, right? So at that time he can. So remember, next, this is the one issue, because another issue is the Scotland. You know Scotland? Scotland has only 6 hours of detention period. Like one famous country is following the. So next one, handcuffs. Very, very important thing. So handcuffs legitimize what? Encounters and violence. Obviously, right? Till now, encounters are in a very limited perspective. So if a police want to do it in a forcibly, there may be chance of encounters, right? It may create. So these are the issues, like the question which was given here. You need to answer in these different dimensions. So you need to talk about these handcuffs. So there is a case called what? D.K. Basu versus State of West Bengal case. It's a case. So people should not be what? Handcuffed. So it is against to this judgment, right? So these cases are important. You need to talk about these things in your answer. So next one is what? So you know NCRB and CCTNS, National and CCTNS, Crime and Criminal Tracking System. So they have introduced, like they have made this mandatory of this what? Digital evidence. Digital evidence is kunar, but each and every station was equipped with this digital infrastructure. Is no. Is there an issue? There is an issue. Next one, what is the digital evidence? We don't know exactly. There is another issue. So next one is they have given off 0 FIR. You need to send it in the 15 days. So one issue is internet connectivity, which we are facing. So this is a third issue. In a single question, you need, in a single point, you can talk about 3 to different issues. Next one is was removing section 370. Altogether, they have removed a section called what? 377. No scope for prosecuting rape in case of adult men or transsexual people. So what about this nature? Did you understand what this statement is telling? Any one of you can explain what it means? Cheppandi, just tell me.
Even in transgenders, there is a chance of rapes. So that is not considered by removing the section.
So altogether, the section 377 is removed. So what about their plight or their condition? You have to think about this also. So these are the lacunas behind this bill, all the bills. Next one, gendered rape. Rape is only applicable to whom? అంతేనా? ఉమెన్ ఒక్కరితేనా రేపు ఇంకా అవ్వవా? Practically. So transsexual people, they are also being a victim of rape, right? So but there this bill is talking about only the women perspective. So these are the different dimensions you need to write in your answer when you are going to answer this bill. See, there is another provisions I have mentioned it. Once the trial concludes, the judgment has to be given how many days? 30 days, and only 2 adjournments are allowed. Very, very important provisions. When the trial completed, how many days? It should be completed within 30 days, and only 2 adjournments, sessions, stoppings. Only 2 times are allowed, not more than that. Generally, prolong cheskunte veltaru kada. The court is adjourned for today. In movies, you will generally see it, right? What was happening? So that's it. I just have complete. Next week I will cover this. What is this? Indian Evidence Act related. But these provisions are important. Very, very important. These kind of articles are very important in the paper. It's a prelims related question. High in the Andes. Do you know Andes? Where is? It's a mountain range. Where it is? South America. Water level falls to historic low in lake. Where is this lake? South America, right? So 2022, like we don't know like who has written the 2022 prelims. This is the question. Which one of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert? The answer is Lake Fagubin. This is the PYQ. Same thing. The article ilane vastadi exam paper lo, but we overlook. So PYQs are key, very, very important. PYQs nunchi you can derive. So based on this I have framed a question in a different way. Same alane frame cheyalani em ledhu. Lake Titicaca is a large freshwater lake in Andes mountains on the borders of which of the following countries? Map based question. What is the answer? Huh? Bolivia and Peru. The answer is very, very important. So this is the map of it. Bolivia, Peru. Here it is what? Lake Titicaca. On which mountain? Andes mountain. So this is a map based question. Just see, there is a President Murmu has launched a warship called what? Vindhya warship. It is a what? Warship. So just basic points regarding this one, because this kind will ask in the prelims. This is what? 6th of the 7 ships built for the Navy under Project 17A Alpha. Very, very important. Project names are important. So next one is what? They have a displacement of, so something top speed 28 knot. GRSE means what? It is the body which builds this one. Garden Research something. What is it? It's in Kolkata. They are capable of neutralizing threats in all 3 dimensions. Very, very important. Which one? Air, surface and underwater. Next one is what? Designed in house by Indian Navy's Warship Design Bureau. Another important point is over 75% of the orders of the Project 17A have been placed on indigenous firms of what? MSMEs. So do you know there is a DPP called Defense Procurement Policy. So in that you need to procure your indigenous items. For this building of this project, what is this? Vindhyagiri, 75% of the orders, like the constituents which was used in that one, they have taken from the MSMEs of indigenous. So it's promoting what? Make in India in the defense sector. So next one, Vindhyagiri has been named after the mountain range in where? Karnataka. So a small question regarding this one. Which of the following are the true regarding the warship Vindhyagiri? It is the first in the series of Scorpion class. Do you know Scorpion class what it is?
Submarine.
It belongs to submarine. It was built with the help of France. This is the Scorpion class with the help of France itself. 6 Scorpion submarines. So next one, it was built by Mazgon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. So everything the question which I have given is related to the Scorpion class only. Okay, it is. So this Vindhyagiri is an indigenous or foreign one? It was made in the designed and made in the India. So remember that one. So flood forecast app launched by whom? Water CWC, Central Water Commission. Do you know anyone of you have an idea regarding this one? What it is? Is it statutory or non-statutory body? It's a non-statutory body. Okay, which body? It's a non-statutory body. It's a technical organization. And it is an attached office of which ministry? Ministry of Jal Shakti. It has 3 departments under this one. One is research department, one is implementation department, one is designing department under this Central Water Commission. And one thing you need to know is there is a program called DRIP. Anybody know this one? DRIP, Dam Rehabilitation Improvement Program. It is a World Bank assisted program for the improvement of what? Dams. This DRIP program is is conducting with the help of which commission? Central Water Commission, because Central Water Commission will deal regarding the technical aspects of water, for example dams, technical related. Okay, so just nothing much here, but remember it is not a statutory body, it is an attached office under the Ministry of Jal Shakti. It has 3 wings, it is a technical organization. It gives some basic inputs to it. It helps in drip irrigation project. This drip is helped by which international body? World Bank. That's this basic information is enough. Okay, I am going to end the class. Thank you.